Hi everyone, my name is Jeanette Fonseca from the sales team and I'm here with Daniela Romero from the product team. We're here to speak on LiveTrack. What is LiveTrack? How does it help me? What can it do for my customers? That's what we all want to know. Some of you might be here learning about LiveTrack for the first time. Some of you might be users that have been using it for as long as LiveTrack has been available, but you want to learn more and see what we have to offer within LiveTrack app and the LiveTrack web portal. So Daniela is going to speak a little bit more on this and she'll take it away from here.
Thank you, Jeanette, and thank you everyone for being here and watching this video. I hope it really helps you to understand better what LiveTrack is. So what is our agenda today? We're going to talk about what LiveTrack is. We're going to mention a couple of value points. How does it help you and how does it help your clients? And as well, I'm going to do a basic overview of the web portal and the application. Jeanette's going to help me with some scenarios. So we're going to show you in LiveTrack how your users, how your clients see notifications, and if you haven't configured yet your customers, I'm going to help you do that in your Magaya. It's a very quick step, so let's get started. So what is LiveTrack? LiveTrack is part of the Magaya ecosystem. It was designed to give logistic providers a platform to keep their customers updated. In other words, LiveTrack is a visibility and tracking platform you can offer your clients to strengthen your customer service experience. What is the value of using LiveTrack? As a visibility and tracking portal, LiveTrack gives access to the status of cargo 24 hours, 7 days a week. What does this mean? Keeping your customers and agents informed at all times. Increasing visibility. Your customers can get notified when new transactions and events are created. They can create cargo releases, shipments, bookings, sales orders, pickup orders, and even pay invoices. All this translates into less emails, less phone calls, which equals a better customer experience for your clients. So for those of you who haven't seen, this is the web portal and the application. If you don't yet have the application, please feel free to download it in App Store and Google Play. If you're also wondering how the portal and the app work together, they are complete seamless. All the information in the portal you can see in the application. The only difference is that in the portal, your clients can submit requests, and if you're wondering which requests, they like shipments, pickup orders, sales orders, bookings, and cargo releases. Your app, it's a great tool for your clients to have great visibility even when they're away from the office. And now that we're getting deeper into the app, we have a great new feature we just created. It's the native notifications. And what does this mean? This basically means that no longer you have to log in into the web portal or log into the app. Notifications, as soon as something happens, you receive a warehouse receipt, something is updated, they come into your phone and you can see and be on top of everything at all times. So you have that information immediately and your clients can be informed. Now that we're in here, let's go. Let me show you the application. And I'm going to show you how to do the settings so we can enable those notifications. We go here to menu and we go settings. Here we have all the transaction types. You can choose which one you want to receive notifications from and if you want to receive from new transaction, event, or both. But for the sake of this demo, we are going to enable all notifications. So we want to receive everything. And once we have that, now Jeanette is going to give us some use cases and some scenarios to show you guys better how it works and how you receive these notifications.
Thanks, Daniela. So we have customers, let's say they ship surfboards. They get tons of calls all throughout the day, even after business hours. They want to know when their cargo arrived. They want to have their warehouse receipt. They want pictures of their cargo. They need this information as quickly as possible to schedule the next steps on their end. So how can they see this in LiveTrack, Daniela?
Sure, it's actually one of the most common scenarios. And by the way, 2.5 million warehouse receipts were viewed last year in LiveTrack.
Wow, that's a really big number.
Yeah, no, it's a very important transaction type, and here I'm going to show you how it's seen in LiveTrack. But first, we have to go to Magaya. And for the sake of time, we are going to create a duplicate of this warehouse receipt. Let me add a location here. So now we have a new warehouse receipt. Let's think in Binder to see. You can also see pictures and documents in the LiveTrack, which is something I didn't mention before. So let's add a picture here in Binder, which is a regular flow. Oh, by the way, look at the notification. So let me pause the Binder and we go, and when you click on the notification, you can see here all the details. But let's go back to Binder because I want to show you how you can see the images. 8, 3, 4. So in here, for example, when they take pictures of the status of the cargo and they upload them in Binder, I want to show you here in LiveTrack how these attachments look. Here are the two pictures we just took. So it's instant images you can have, and I want to show you now how you can see this in the web portal as well, because it's not only in the application. So if we go, your client goes, for example, and logs in tracking.magaya.com, puts in his credentials, and then once he goes here into warehouse receipts, for example, I remove these filter. Once he's here, he can see the warehouse we just created, the warehouse receipt. Once he clicks on it, he can either print or email, and here we have the images we just took. So this is a great tool because your customer can always see the pictures, the status, if they have other type of documentation, everything would be here down in attachments.
Wow, that's really great, Daniela. I love the notifications to have the customer receive information in real time. That's what they always want, and it looks like a great tool to help you reduce phone calls and emails from your customers. So we've received the warehouse receipt, we got our information, got our pictures. How can the client schedule the cargo release? Can they do that through LiveTrack?
Yes, so your client would go to the web portal, and in here in cargo releases, he would create a cargo release. And here he can see the list of the previous cargo releases, but we're going to do a new one. And here we add the commodities. We pick one. And then the contact information. So here we would add everything. We hit next if you want to add additional notes. If not, we continue. We have the summary, and once everything's ready, we submit it. Once it's submitted, this means that this information traveled back to your Magaya, and now you have that information for you to continue doing the cargo release. Now, maybe you're wondering, how does that show in Magaya? Like, how do you know when your clients, for example, do a cargo release or a shipment or a booking? Well, when you go to your Magaya, you can see the notification alert. And as you can see, we also have the notification in the phone. So, now that let's look at the cargo release here in Magaya, just to double check. And here it is. So this would be the cargo release your client created. Now you can go ahead and finish.
That's really awesome. I love that I got that notification through the Magaya system on my end. It really helps me stay on top of the releases that my customer wants to get out of the warehouse, and quickly send that information to the warehouse to stage the cargo and get it ready to leave the warehouse. So, okay, so when we've created the cargo release, how will the customer know that it's been scanned out of the warehouse? Can we do that through LiveTrack? Do they get a notification?
Yeah, that's one of the best things in LiveTrack, so they can be on top of it. Once you have your cargo release here, for example, we have an event, so you scanned out the box. So we scan out, and then we close it. Now, in real time, obviously it's going to take a couple of seconds, but your customer is going to get the notification with the timestamp and all the information about the event. Now, while we wait for that, I also want to show you. Um, in here in LiveTrack this. Oh wait, look, we have our notification. So when we click on it, we have a cargo release, and again all the information. Now, what I was saying is I never mentioned this little bell here. If you want to stop receiving notification, not for all the cargo releases, but for this specific one, you can always click the little bell. Excuse me. And then you can have removed the notification from this exact transaction. So that would we won't receive any more notifications for this specific transaction. So that is how that little bell works.
That's really awesome. I love how you're constantly getting information to the customer relatively in just a few seconds, which is great.
Oh, let me interrupt you. I'm sorry, Jeanette. For example, do you want to? I forgot to show you in the web portal how it would look. Maybe we're not in the app. Maybe your client wants to look in the web portal. So they update here, and here they have the cargo release, which is loaded. And what happens for one example, you're in Magaya and we set it in transit. So we set it in transit over here, and then we go back here, refresh, and in transit. So again, it doesn't matter if you're in the web portal, on the application, you get and you receive all the notifications and all the status at all times.
That's awesome. I love to see that. It's really great for myself and for the customers to see what's going on in real time just by a few clicks. But we've released the cargo, it's in transit, it's out of the building. How do my customers see their invoices, and can they pay them within LiveTrack?
Sure. So first of all, let's set the invoice. Let's set the invoice. Let's charge, generate, and we are going to create here the invoice. Now that we have created the invoice, we should receive a notification, but meanwhile, I'm going to show you in here how it would be shown in the portal. Here it is. It's all the information you need to know, the amount of money you owe, and if your client wants to pay right now, or it can pay in a couple days, it depends. Oh, and here again, if you want to see the notification on the phone, you can always look at it over here. If we go back to the portal, and if your client wants to pay, that is an option we have here in LiveTrack Web, and what they would have to do is just basically fill up the billing information and credit card information, and they will be ready to pay that invoice.
That's amazing. I love that they could just do everything in one place.
Yeah, exactly, and everything is seamless, and both app and web portal work perfectly for our clients. But let's go back to a little recap of what we just did. It might be a little confusing. I know you guys saw Magaya, I know you saw the application and then the web portal, but what the story is, you as a Magaya user, this is your day-to-day operations. You do warehouse receipts, you do cargo releases, but what we wanted to show you is how your customers receive those notifications, how your customer sees that information in the web portal. So it's a great way to reach your customers at all time, and it's very easy and seamless. So what's the best way to get started with LiveTrack? Well, first of all, I want to thank you for watching the video, for having the time and the interest. There's also a landing page with a lot of information, questions, answers, everything you need to know, and it would be very helpful if you read it and share that link with your clients. Get them motivated to start using LiveTrack. And once that is done, you can reach out your account manager to get started today. So like what you saw, now let's configure. Maybe you want to start using LiveTrack, but let's configure the user. It's very, very easy. Let's go back to the Magaya. And for example, here's my Magaya. And we go to users, customers, here we are. And for example, we want to enable this customer, and we go to configure LiveTrack logistical access. And then in here, a username is going to be created, and we create a password, or we can generate it as well. And here we have the little check mark and tracking. This is a very important step because this allows you to specify the tracking permissions for the user. Maybe you don't want your user to send online bookings. Maybe you don't want your user to create sales order. That's fine. It's up to you. So that's why you can configure it in the best way that fits your needs. So for example, we can click all, or well, again, depending, and you just save that. Well, sorry about that. And that's it. That's all you have to do. And now this person with the username and password we just created can log in to trackingmagaya.com or download the app, log in, and start using LiveTrack. It's that simple, really.
Wow.